Not now, Marjorie. I'm inspecting the troops.
These are 20 mind-blowing facts that make Season 3 one of the most unforgettable in TV history. Henry Blake's death triggered CBS's biggest backlash ever.
There were no survivors.
When Abyssinia Henry aired, Henry Blake's death didn't just stun the audience, it set off CBS's most explosive viewer response in network history up to that point. Within just 24 hours, the network was flooded with over 1,000 angry phone calls, a record for any sitcom episode of its time. But here's the twist. Most of those complaints weren't about McLean Stevenson leaving the show. They were about how brutally unexpected the moment was. Viewers argued that a comedy shouldn't hit them with something so heavy, so final, and so emotionally devastating. Wayne Rogers secretly rewrote his scenes. Before Trapper John disappeared from the 4077th, Wayne Rogers was already pushing back behind the scenes. During Season 3, Rogers began rewriting and reshaping his own dialogue without asking for approval. Sometimes he added sharper jokes, sometimes he trimmed lines he felt didn't fit Trapper's personality, and other times he expanded moments to give the character more presence. According to writer Larry Gelbart, Rogers' changes were refreshing but occasionally hard to control. Rogers' improvisation ultimately led to tighter scripts in Season 4. Rainbow Bridge was a true story from the Korean War.
What the hell is that?
The episode Rainbow Bridge is the only Season 3 installment inspired by a real Korean War event. It dramatizes a documented prisoner exchange standoff where doctors negotiated the safe evacuation of wounded soldiers. By blending factual history with the show's signature humor and heart, the episode gave viewers a rare glimpse of the real challenges faced by Mobile Army Surgical Hospital personnel. Season 3 became more Hawkeye-centric.
Trapper and I will supply you with a lamp.
How are you gonna do that?
Tell him, Trap.
You tell him, then we'll both know.
Ever notice how some characters suddenly feel like the heartbeat of a show? In this period of MASH, Captain Benjamin Hawkeye Pierce began to dominate the stories, with more screen time, bigger storylines, and moments that balance gut-wrenching drama with irreverent humor. From clever pranks on Frank Burns to navigating the grueling pressures of the operating room, Hawkeye became the lens through which viewers experienced the absurdities and emotional toll of wartime life. His sharp wit, compassion, and occasional recklessness allowed the audience to laugh, groan, and empathize, all in the same scene. But while some fans loved this shift behind the scenes, not everyone was happy about it. The truth behind Trapper's sudden departure. If you've ever wondered why Trapper John McIntyre, Hawkeye's original partner in crime, suddenly vanished after Season 3, here's the real story. Actor Wayne Rogers chose to leave MASH due to creative frustrations. Although Trapper was Hawkeye's equal early on, Rogers felt his character was increasingly sidelined, while Hawkeye's role grew larger and more complex. He wanted richer storylines and more opportunities to explore Trapper's own depth, but the show's focus was shifting. Fortunately for him, Rogers never signed a long-term contract, so he was free to walk away without legal consequences. His departure was one of the first major cast shakeups in the series. Loretta Swit nearly broke her contract for a stage play. During Season 3, Loretta Swit came close to breaking her CBS contract because she desperately wanted to take a role in a New York stage production. CBS initially refused, even threatening to cut her scenes if she left Los Angeles during filming. After tense back-and-forth negotiations, the network finally agreed to let her do the play, but only if her absences were kept extremely limited. Despite the chaos this caused behind the scenes, Swit managed to juggle both commitments without missing a single episode, proving her dedication to the role of Major Margaret Houlihan. Harry Morgan's first appearance wasn't as Colonel Potter.
This is my company clerk, Corporal O'Reilly.
The Irish were rotten Indian fighters.
Before he became the beloved Colonel Potter, Harry Morgan actually made his Season 3 debut as Major General Bartford Hamilton Steele in the episode The General Flipped at Dawn. Originally intended as a one-off guest role, Morgan's commanding presence and natural charisma immediately stood out, captivating both the producers and the audience. His performance was so memorable that it earned him an Emmy nomination for Best Guest Actor, foreshadowing his eventual return as Colonel Potter, who would go on to become a central figure in the 4077th. Morgan's talent didn't go unnoticed. The following season, he was brought back not as a guest, but as Colonel Sherman T. Potter, Henry Blake's replacement. Season 3 had shown how even a short appearance could change the course of the show, and soon, the camp would welcome another unforgettable personality. The final scene was shot in one take. The finale you'll never forget was filmed in a single take. Unlike most shows that redo emotional scenes to get them perfect, Season 3's finale captured the raw intensity of the moment because the actors didn't know the full script in advance, meaning they didn't know Henry Blake was being killed off until right before the scene was shot. Their reactions were entirely genuine, and the fragile energy on set made it impossible to repeat. The director wisely decided not to redo it, preserving the heartbreak exactly as it happened, creating one of the most unforgettable moments in television history. OR was the first MASH episode set entirely inside the operating room.
War is the world's favorite spectator sport. Who needs more skin sutures?
Well, everybody knows war is hell.
By focusing on the non-stop chaos, tension, and precision of a real surgical day, the episode gave viewers an intense, immersive look at life in the 4077. Its groundbreaking style became a blueprint for future medical dramas, showing that television could capture both the technical and emotional realities of surgery. The OR got real with authentic surgeries on set. To make the operating room scenes as authentic as possible, military medical advisors were brought in to guide the cast on proper procedures, techniques, and terminology. The result was surgeries that looked convincingly real, with detailed attention to instruments, triage processes, and the hectic environment of a wartime medical unit. And because of this push for realism, the humor in these sequences was often slowed down, allowing the tension, precision, and emotional weight of the procedures to take center stage. Audiences could feel the strain the doctors endured, physically, mentally, and emotionally, reminding everyone that the war wasn't just a backdrop for jokes, but a place where life and death hung in the balance every day. Hy Averback directed his first MASH episode in Season 3. Hy Averback made his directorial debut on MASH in Season 3, directing the episode The Consultant, and he would go on to helm 19 episodes in total. Before joining MASH, Averback was already a seasoned entertainer, known for his voiceover work in classic radio comedies, which gave him a unique perspective on timing, tone, and comedic rhythm. His approach on set combined humor with emotional nuance, helping to elevate the series' blend of comedy and drama. This first directing experience not only marked a turning point in Averback's career, but also set the stage for some of the most memorable and tightly crafted episodes in MASH history. The challenges of filming at the Fox Ranch. Filming at the Fox Ranch for Season 3 was grueling hot at times due to intense heat waves. During summer shoots, temperatures often soared above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, making it extremely challenging for the cast and crew. Actors in full operating room attire frequently overheated, which forced the production to shorten takes, schedule extra water breaks, and keep medical staff on standby to ensure everyone's safety. Several episodes were written in a single weekend. Some of the best episodes of Season 3 were almost miracles of speed. Due to tight deadlines, writers sometimes had to create full scripts in just 48 hours, making Season 3 the most rushed of the show's early history. Despite the pressure, these quickly written episodes became some of the most beloved, filled with memorable lines, emotional depth, and clever storytelling. Behind the scenes, writers could often be found in tents or on set during downtime, frantically finishing pages while keeping their sense of humor intact. Many actors improvised more than fans realize.
Breakfast?
The kidneys were expecting orange juice. Silly kidneys.
Many of the moments fans remember as pure comedy weren't in the script at all. In Season 3, Alan Alda, Wayne Rogers, and Loretta Swit were often given the freedom to improvise their dialogue and playing with lines on set. Some of the funniest, most memorable exchanges were completely made up on the spot, capturing authentic reactions from the rest of the cast and adding a sense of spontaneity that made the 4077th feel alive. Gary Berghoff was the only actor who cried during the first read of the final scene. During the table read for Abyssinia Henry, the cast expected another lighthearted MASH finale. Instead, they were handed a last-minute script page revealing Henry Blake's shocking fate, and no one was prepared for it. When Gary Berghoff reached the line where Radar announces Henry's death in the OR, he burst into tears. Cast members later said it wasn't acting, it was pure stunned emotion. Berghoff had a particularly close on-screen bond with McLean Stevenson, and the twist hit him harder than anyone. That raw, unfiltered grief you see in the final take. It's real, captured exactly as it happened. The set was physically rebuilt before Season 3 began. Between Seasons 2 and 3, heavy winter storms slammed the Malibu filming location and caused major damage to the outdoor set. Tents collapsed, walkways washed out, and many of the wooden structures were ruined. When production returned, the crew had to rebuild almost the entire camp from the ground up. New paths, new tents, and freshly repaired buildings. This is why the early episodes of Season 3 have a noticeably different look and layout. Alan Alda started directing in Season 3. Season 3 marked the beginning of Alda's major creative influence as a director and writer. Although he wouldn't officially direct an episode until Season 4, the groundwork was laid right here. Director Gene Reynolds confirmed that during Season 3, Alda often shadowed the crew, watching beside the camera operators, studying storyboards, and analyzing how each shot was composed. This quiet period of observation and learning became the launchpad for Alda's future behind the camera, eventually shaping him into one of MASH's most important directors and writers. Sidney Friedman earned his permanent role in Season 3.
Major, sir. You got me up here to ask me about him?
Season 3 didn't just introduce memorable stories, it helped elevate one of the show's most iconic recurring characters. When Alan Arbus first appeared as psychiatrist Major Sidney Friedman, his performance in episodes like OR and The Consultant impressed the writers so much that they made a decision he would become a returning presence in the 4077th. His impact was so strong that he became the only recurring guest actor to appear in nearly every season all the way through the series finale. Season 3 deepens character relationships. Season 3 didn't just focus on individual heroics, it explored the bonds that held the 4077th together. Hawkeye and Margaret Houlihan's complex professional relationship evolved, revealing subtle mutual respect beneath their clashes. For the first time in the series, Margaret openly acknowledged that Hawkeye was a good surgeon. This moment marked a major shift in their dynamic. Radar assumed greater responsibility, acting as Henry Blake's surrogate son and showing loyalty and compassion beyond his years. Even minor characters like Klinger, Ginger, and Straminsky contributed to the ensemble's depth, highlighting the sense of family within the camp. These dynamics made the audience emotionally invested, creating a web of relationships that made departures like Blake's even more poignant. Season 3's lasting legacy and critical acclaim. By the end of Season 3, MASH had firmly established itself as a groundbreaking television series. Critics praised the season's ability to blend humor, drama, and character depth, earning a 97% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Episodes like OR, Checkup, and Abyssinia Henry became iconic, influencing how future dramedies balance comedy and tragedy. The season's innovative storytelling, unforgettable character arcs, and emotional resonance ensured that it wasn't just entertainment, it was television history. Which fact blew your mind the most? Comment below, hit like, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes secrets from your favorite shows.